Welcome back, Antoine Christopher here. Taster's choice and hands as always. You guys all know how much I love my coffee. Episode 11. Can you believe it? Before I even get started, don't forget, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button, and don't forget, support me on Patreon. I'd really appreciate it. So I'm back for episode 11. Got my man Farman right behind there. And so, as you guys know from my last episode, I had some time lapse on how I got it done and my process. As you can see, while all that was being done, I was still working, and I got the skates in. I got the white on white. I got the writing in. I balanced it out. I did make a few changes from the drawing because I made the skates a little bit bigger. I made the hockey stick a little bit bigger because I needed that 3D effect. Now, everybody should know when you do white on white, because in this picture there's 3 layers of white, and obviously there's a white of the paper, which you never use, taboo. And the reason for that is you can't do anything with that color. It's just fake. It's a fake white. It doesn't even look real. So, but let me tell you the process of my whites. He's wearing a white outfit, right? On black. You see how the white back here? This is a yellowish kind of white, but it's white. And then for me, my process is this is another type of white, but I add a little bit of gray into it. And for cardboard, I can't tell you the exact gray because it's Rembrandt, but I put a little bit of gray, but I keep the white. As you can see, this guy has another white over here. He's a little bit brighter. As the drawing starts to come closer, the bright whites will be on him, okay? Which is very important. So you have to layer your colors. So look at this guy right here. So farther back, closer, real close. That's how you create, with colors, how you create that 3D effect. When I blur these guys out and I sharpen it towards here because it's closer with the ice, that's how I know, by blurring the background and the drawings in the background, how I get my foreground sharp. This guy is going to be photographic sharp. But again, with a hint of movement, it's going to look like it's moving. I don't want it to be like, you know, because a lot of people draw and they try to make it exact, hyper realism, which is great. I can do it, but you have to put life into the drawing, and nothing is that still. You'll see guys that have big drawings like this, and they'll go in with their paintbrush. Again, that's great. But for me, I need movement. I need to look like you're actually putting yourself in the scene. So when I'm drawing this, I'm picturing myself in the scene as in movement. So it doesn't look like a picture. It looks like a picture that has life, that has energy. Right? So you want to capture that energy, because if you could capture that energy, imagine you looking at that energy and just feeling it and going like, whoa, that's wicked. But not only because of it's drawn and it's a painting, because you can feel the movement that's happening. So keep that in mind when you're creating. So back to this bad boy right here, which I love drawing, by the way. It's so much fun. So I put in the logos, okay, and I started the bower on the gloves. You see my blue lines right here, because when the gloves are black, okay, they are like black, but the padding still folds and bends. So if I was to color this all black, I would not be able to see the padding. So what I do is I draw blue lines and I do each square individually black, so it keeps me accurate on where the folds and the bends are in the glove area. So that's that. Now, Rembrandt red, let me tell you something. The red using Rembrandt is a very difficult Rembrandt red. I might be changing companies. I might be going to another brand of pastels, because working with Rembrandts in the red areas, their reds are not very good. So if anybody's doing pastels out there, I'm sure you understand. For me, red Rembrandt pastels, oh, that's a tongue twister right there. Red Rembrandt pastels, I'm not recommending it. It just didn't work for me, but I made it work for this. Okay, so now, almost forgot. Farman, Am I doing good, Farman? All right. Taster's choice, people. And no, I'm not sponsored, but I should be. God damn it. Okay. So moving on. So now, if you notice, I got how blurry do I make things, right? Because there's a consistency. It's not just I blur it all the same. I told you that earlier, previously when I was talking, blah, 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 blah. So what you have to do is you have to create it like this. In a swooping, I like to call it a swooping kind of blur, right? Because I start from the top and I push it forward. Like the skates are gonna be like, since the skates in the original drawing, he's on a bent angle like this. So obviously the skates are gonna be closer to you. So I want that to pop, right? So I'll make the skates pop even more than the upper body, even though the upper body will pop. But that's the part that's leaning away. But since the skates and he's coming towards you like a cutting motion, I'm gonna make that come. In order to get that effect, you gotta make it sharp, 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 less sharp, 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 less sharp, 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 less. See what I mean? So you get that effect. And so I'm gonna get started on this guy. And I want you guys, please ask me questions. Everybody's always asking me about my technique, but I don't want to make videos. People say, well, you know, you shouldn't demonstrations. You guys, there's enough demonstrations out there that you sure don't need me to do it. But I will always do time lapse to show you my process. And if you have questions, you can ask me to slow down. You can ask me to speed up. Let me know what you want to see, because this is how I do it. All this is how I do it. In my studio, this is it. I got another one after this to do of the same guy, Anje Kopitar, LA Kings captain. And I'm really looking forward to presenting this to him, so it's going to be really good. So I'll just recap a little bit so you guys know. Remember, just because it's all white, it's different whites. Okay? So you're gonna have this white up here that's further away. I added a little bit of yellow. This one is a little closer because he's actually on the ice, white with a little gray. He's further than this guy on towards the right. I put more white than less gray. This one here, boom, white. This one here is going to be ultra white. It's going to be bright. Again, never use the white of the paper because it's dead white. It's not a realistic white. And then, as you can see, the reds and everything else. So remember, it's blur, it's blurry, semi-blur as you come forward to make him sharp. Okay, and I'm looking forward. So I'll continue drawing this. Next episode, you're going to see me more advanced. Maybe it'll be finished. And then we can move on. And if you have any questions, again, I'm right here. Easy to reach. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. Support me on Patreon. This is Antoine Christopher signing out. Taster's choice in hand. And that's a wrap.